Lesson 104. How God will restore what you have lost. Sometimes in life you might feel like you are caught in a rat race. No matter how hard you try or how much you achieve, you never seem to get ahead. You might feel you are caught up in a routine, doing the same things repeatedly, but never getting your breakthrough. This pattern of life is like what happened to the Israelites when they were traveling from Egypt to the Promised Land. They kept circling in the desert over and over again, not going anywhere, and in the end, they didn't reach where they were intending to go. God had to raise a new generation which did not experience the slavery in Egypt to inherit the land He promised, including Joshua and Caleb. When we become a new creation, meaning when we accept Jesus as your personal Savior, your old self has gone away and you become new. It is no longer you who live, but Christ that lives in you. When you try to achieve things outside of God, you become stuck in the past and nothing you do will have a positive impact in your life. You must be willing to make a bold decision and have the courage to leave all behind, no matter how sweet or beautiful it looks. Most of the time you fear you won't make it if you choose to follow God. Maybe you will be left behind or won't go with the trend. But that is how the world works. It always benefits through people's fear. You might think this is not possible. You cannot just leave behind all the good things you like doing and become a Christian. But all the great sacrifices people made through the Bible resulted with the great reward God provided for them. It is never easy. It requires you to train yourself to operate under the subject of faith more than just the things you see. All you do here on earth, whether you work for someone else or have your own business going on, do it for the Lord, because His eyes are watching, and He will bless you in His due time. Avoid going back and forth in your faith in God. Choose to do what is good and ignore what is evil. The Apostle Paul says in the book of Colossians 3:5-6 and 8, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. But now you must also rid yourself of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. These things give you temporary satisfaction, and you can only be happy for a while, but the damage it leaves you impacts your future." Jesus said, "Wide is the way that leads to destruction, and many will follow." Make an effort to choose a way which is less popular to people, because there is where you will have your breakthrough. Jesus said something similar. He said, "If your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell." Choose to redirect your mind to the things which are above, not the things below, because where your heart is where your treasure will be. Do you believe that God can give you the life you desire? How much do you trust God to provide you with the things you need? The Apostle Paul asks in Galatians 3:3, after beginning by means of the Spirit, are you now trying to finish by means of the flesh? When you decide to follow God wholeheartedly, God will provide you with His victory. It may not be much in the beginning, and it may take time, but isn't it beautiful when you know that God is proud of you because you are following His instructions? Wait on God and do not let God wait on you. Do it cheerfully, not with murmuring or complaining. Because when we complain, it shows us fear, but when you trust, it shows faith, and God says without faith it is impossible to please Him. Colossians 3:10 says, Put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its Creator. Verse 12. Clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Being in God's image requires you to follow the will of God. It is only you who can bring back what you lost when you decide to leave all the works of the flesh behind and clothe yourself with the fruits of the Spirit. The more you do what is right, the more God will come close to you, and the more the things of this earth will lose meaning. And let God your Father, who is above all, lead you through this life and show you His favor.